Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Please like, subscribe, become a member to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Yo, what the hell going on with Floyd Schofield Jr., man? I talk about so much on this channel. But you know, I talk about so much at the point to where I realize I don't talk about this guy. And then I say there's nothing going on with him that I'm aware of. I know his dad does a lot of interviews and stuff like that. But as far as the young champ, I'm like, where is he? Because last I saw was him getting there with Tevin Farmer, man, and put the bing bings on Tevin Farmer. But I'm like, and then of course he was supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson. He got ill over there in Saudi. Everybody has an opinion on it. I don't know what exactly happened, except according to him and his team, he became ill. But for those of y'all who don't know who he is, this is him right here, man. Look, 19 wins, 13 of those wins by knockout. He has no losses. He's about 5'7", 68% KO ratio. Turned pro in 2020, so approaching his 6th year as a professional fighter. Now, when I look down here, his last fight was June of 2025. We're not too far off from being June of this year. You figure he would have, fought already. But if you look before that, he fought in November of 2024. So something's going on where he's not active. Now I did see a post out there, something about they can't wait to leave Golden Boy or something along those lines. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's some promotional going on with him. But when you got a young bull like that, why the hell isn't he out here fighting 3-4 times a year? Why the big dogs aren't calling him out? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, how do you go from being about to getting a title shot, and of course things fell apart with Shakur, to all of a sudden now nobody really talking about you. You look at the 135-pound division, you got Abdullah Mason, who's a champion now. Ray Murataya is a champion. The WBC World Lightweight Championship belt is vacant. You have an interim champ. Then the WBA belt is vacant, but he's number 1 ranked by the WBA. So I don't understand what's going on. Now, I don't watch, well, y'all already know what I'm going to say. I ain't on the internet like that, so I like to read, but I'm sure there may be some things said in interviews by his dad to explain the situation. So I ain't up to speed on it. But what I do know, man, is Floyd Schofield, man, he's young, he's explosive, he's athletic, seen as a high upside contender. I think the dude's a champion. I mean, you can just look and see he ain't a prospect anymore. You know what I mean? He's a champion. He just needs that next opportunity for a world title fight, and I think he's gonna do the business. Now, when he got into with Tevin Farmer, I mean, that was a big deal because Tevin Farmer came up with 2 performances against Williams Zepeda where he performed much better than what people had anticipated. But then Tevin Farmer gets into a Floyd Schofield Jr. and first round got the bing bings put on him. Dropped multiple times. Stopped him in about a minute, and that shit was a statement win. Because Tevin Farmer doesn't go out like that. But that's what happened to get a young bull in there who obviously has some special talent. But it just didn't elevate him the way people expected, the way I expected. It was like when Zaire Rahim fought, what's his name, Eric Morales. Eric Morales was killing people at the time. Zaire Rahim came in there, man, binged him. I said, oh shit, he about to blow up. That motherfucker didn't do nothing. He didn't blow up, he dudded up. I was like, damn, man, that's how they gonna do him? So I'm watching Schofield, and I'm like, I hope he don't end up like Zaire Rahim. I probably should have put an image of Zaire Rahim on here. A lot of people don't even know who the hell that is. Zaire Rahim, man, I'm telling you, that went over Eric Morales. He should have got all the money. He should have got everything. He can get nothing. But I think it comes back to his huge moment with Shakur Stevenson, man, and how he missed the biggest moment possible. You know what I mean? He was supposed to fight Shakur for that world title, and he pulled out due to illness, days before the fight. He was in Saudi. And that fight was everything, man. Global exposure, career-defining moment, title shot. He was fighting Shakur. But what ended up happening, man, is just a lot of people turned their nose up at him because they just felt that he put duck sauce on the fried rice, and he lost momentum. Even though the illness, look, may have been legit. I can't verify it. All I can do is trust what they say. So I'd have to say it was legit. But in boxing, that shit doesn't matter. Perception matters more than excuses and more than justification. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the timing. I'm looking at the momentum. After missing Shakur, he fought Farmer, got a good win, but now the division moving on without him. This young bull should be right there in the pack, the stampede. He ain't there. It's like you got a bunch of wild bison and buffalo and running loose out there, just tearing up the savannah. And he there, got a damn rope around his neck tied to the goddamn tree, and he can't go and run in the stampede and make noise with everybody else. Everybody else getting title shots. Big fights are being made. Big money is being made. He's stuck waiting. Even Schofield, I believe he said, the delay falls on his promoter. Needing to step on it faster, talking about, what's his name, De La Hoya. But I tell you what, when these fighters had these promotional problems, De La Hoya always having some issue going on with his fighters, man. But that's where shit gets interesting. De La Hoya and Golden Boy. Always something, man. Not securing big fights fast enough, fighters feeling stalled, difficulty making cross-promotional fights. Now Schofield's basically saying, why am I not getting my shot? That tells you something behind the scenes isn't clicking. But I sit here watching big names avoiding him, although there may be some trouble in paradise between him and his promoter. I'm like, why the big names avoiding this guy? Why they ain't going out there trying to put the bing-bings on the young bull? So, I'm sure y'all could answer that big question, those of y'all who know what's really going on. Shakir's not pushing for him. He's going to say, give him the opportunity, and he put duck sauce on the fried rice. I think that Schofield's in the danger zone category. You know what I'm saying? Like Rolly Romero, danger zone category. Say what you want. But when you got guys who are young, explosive, dangerous, but they're not, Rolly's a champion, but for him, not a champion, not a big draw, not a pay-per-view name, that's a very high risk, low reward. So that's why De La Hoya got to do his job to build his profile and get him talking. He'll do the business in the ring, obviously, but put him in the goddamn ring. And I'm just giving y'all real talk. If you're Shakur, another top guy, why? Why fight a hungry, undefeated puncher? When you can fight title holders, bigger names, more profitable opponents, shit is a business. So if they don't get Schofield going, he ain't never going to make any money. You know what I'm saying? He got a low profile. Casual fans don't know him. Although he got talent, all that talent, not a household name. Didn't really have the big stage fights, limited mainstream exposure, no major rivalry yet. Shit, so even after beating Farmer the way he did, casual fans they ain't fully buy into him. So, I don't know. I just think there's some shit going underneath the radar that could be a factor, you know what I mean? From his team, his dad, all the drama. There's a lot of noise around his father being vocal. Like, that's the reason why I know who his father is. Because a couple little clips I see, his dad be making noise and shit. I be laughing my ass off. I'm like, these kids, or these champions or these fighters and their dads, man, be tripping me out and shit. His dad's vocal. Makes controversial statements in interviews, strong opinions about other fighters. Even boxing fans have noticed this dynamic. And for me to notice it, a guy who ain't on the internet like that, it's a trip. But I like that, man. Go all out for your son. Go all out, man. I like seeing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said boxing fathers make sure it's all about them. I don't know if I buy into that. I think the boxing father is just as important as the fighter, because the father's sitting there training him, you know what I'm saying? So make some noise so your son can focus. You can tell Kid Austin ain't into all that rah-rah shit. But the bottom line, with all the noise being made, I do know it turns some people off, and it could complicate negotiations and create unnecessary tension, you know what I'm saying? So trying to put it all together, for me, it's like, why isn't Kid Austin blowing up yet? What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? It's not just one thing, I don't think. I think it's a mix of missed opportunities. That Shakur fight was the one. Whether he would have won or not, I don't know, but that was the one. So he missed that opportunity, got the promotional pacing issues, De La Hoya not moving fast enough with him. Then he's just a high-risk, low-reward for opponents. So he got to get that low mainstream profile high. He's in a stacked division, so timing is everything. They got to act now. And then just look at all the outside noise from his camp that's not making negotiations with anyone easy. some people don't like his dad, so the fighter or the child is suffering, and that's just the facts. I ain't saying I agree or disagree, but that's just the fucking facts. So the final answer: Floyd Schofield Jr. He's good enough to be dangerous, but not big enough to be demanded, and that's the worst place in boxing. You know, he's in a horrible spot. Good enough to be dangerous, bad enough to be demanded. To not be demanded, you know what I'm saying? I mean, big enough to not be demanded. It's horrible. So hopefully they can figure it out. But I think for him to break through, he needs a title eliminator, a mandatory position, viral performance, like another Tevin Farmer performance against a known contender or controversy that forced a big fight. That's what I think, man. So I don't think he's being avoided because he's unknown. I think he's being avoided because he's dangerous without an upside. And until that changes, and De La Hoya, whoever he's gonna be with, you know, until that changes, he'll stay stuck in that middle ground, and he'll probably never get the opportunities that his potential deserves. He'll be a guy who'll still be asking, no fights, people ducking him. What's the story? So they better figure that shit out. Although he's young, he's firing on all cylinders right now. Anyway, we'll see what the future holds. Keep cool, I'm in the breeze.